Hey everybody, how you doing? I know it's been a little while. I finally got a wedgie sled. I got wedgies. I got so I can do segmenting. But I'm having a hard time trying to learn how to put some things together that I want to. But I did watch a video. I watched several videos, in fact. And I'm going to try and make design here that this gentleman made. I can't remember his name right offhand. Deeply apologize for that. Anyway, so I got to glue these together. No, I did not film cutting this. I just cut it with my miter saw or table saw or whatever it's called. I don't know. So I can get the angle I needed. I needed 20 degrees. And so I probably could have done it on my table saw, but I'm still learning a lot of stuff, and I was not able to do it properly on there. If I did smaller pieces, it was throwing them out of there. When it cut it, it would just throw it out there like a bullet. And I said, no, I ain't doing this. So, you know, when I'm doing the segmenting, it's okay, because I got the sleds there, and I'll show you what I'm talking about later when I start cutting these. But right now, what I need to do is glue these together. And I got 4 of these. And I sanded them. This is not one. I sanded let me get that out of the way too. So I got 4 of these that I'll be making. I got that the wrong direction. Okay, so I got this one. Why am I getting that wrong? Oh, no wonder. I got it backwards. And I still got stuff on my countertop. So, that's not correct neither. So I got these, and then I got this one. So I pull this one out of the way. Okay, so I got these 3, and then I got this 4th one. This is the first one I'm going to glue together. I tried to make this jig out of some wood I had, but I never smoothed it out, so it's not fantastic. But I got some more clamps right here. So I'm going to use these clamps, and on top of that I got 2 or 3 more clamps. These are smaller clamps, and I needed some smaller clamps to work with smaller things. So I bought some more of the Tight Bond glue. I got another bigger bottle of it on top of a bottle I already have. So anyway, I'm going to get to gluing this together, okay? And then I got to glue these together. So I got to do each one separately. Make sure we got it held together very well, because when we get it glued together, I got to cut it in 1/8 inch strips. That's right, 1/8 of an inch strips. Okay, and then we'll rearrange them to make a pattern. I mean, there's several patterns you can make. All right, and when we get these made, then I will do the segmenting cut with it, and I'm not sure yet how I want to cut it. But we want that pattern to be facing the outside. So when I put the ring together, it'll be a closed ring, as far as I know. Then we'll be able to form the ring, the signature ring. I think that's what they call it. And what I want to do is form that ring so that I can make a cup, or even a ferro rod handle, or whatever I choose to make, a little vase, something. Okay, so the main thing I'm after is a design. So you can take different colors of wood and cut them certain ways and make beautiful designs. Okay, and we'll be back with you. I'm going to go ahead and glue it together, okay? And I hope y'all can join me. And I have missed you guys terribly. I sure have. And I'm glad to be back. All right. Okay. We're going to glue these babies together. So let's butter these babies up. That's right. Butter them up. Get it glued up real good. Okay, we're going to leave it like it is. It's not exactly flush, but it wasn't flush anyway because the two pieces are not exactly the same height. So we'll just leave it alone. Okay, here's the round piece with the, I believe, cedar from Shalisa Shell. So I used some cedar, and then this is poplar, I believe. So I got both pieces of wood, and I had run out of the cedar because it wasn't enough, and plus I'm still learning, so I didn't cut a couple of pieces right to have enough to just do a different design. So whatever, that is what it is. Anyway, the outside, it doesn't matter because I'll be roughing it out. But it's smooth. I sanded it, so it's very smooth. Isn't that pretty cool? Not necessarily going to see this pattern unless I were to make a bowl or a plate. Now, that's one thing I've never made. I've never made a plate yet. Maybe I ought to make a plate out of this, huh? But I will one day. So anyway, I just wanted y'all to see this. And I also sanded these and cut them off so they're level on each end. So I sanded these. They're smooth on each side. Very nice and smooth. So we don't have any problems with gaps. So when I glue things together. But anyway, this is going to be cut. When I do segmenting, before I do segmenting, it's going to be cut in several layers, about 1/8 of an inch. Okay? And then we're going to put them together in such a way, you'll see, that I make a design. Okay? And I got 4 of these. This is the next one, and I'll cut this down. I'll cut that off level, and I'll square it. And I'll square it according to the center of the triangle here. Okay, not because of the ends. I'm going by the center of the triangle. I will draw a line here all the way down the center of it like I did these. Of course, they're no longer there because I sanded it. So, I'll draw a line in the center, and I'll come out, and then I'll cut off the ends. I'll measure out so far because I got a measurement on here of how far to go. I got it right marked right there of how far to come out from the center of the triangle out. And I will cut it where it's straight on each end. And then I will sand it. I'll sand the bottom also. And we will have all the pieces done as soon as this one's dried up some also. All right, and that's where we are right now, and that's what I've been doing. So I'm waiting on this one to dry. I'm waiting on this one to dry a little bit more before I mess with it. I don't want to mess with it too soon and it comes apart. All right, and I'll be back when I'm ready to go. Okay, for those of you who don't know what a wedgie sled is, and doing segmenting, well, I'm along with you. I didn't know either until about 2 or 3 months ago, I reckon you can say. Maybe longer than that. I knew about it some, but I mean, I didn't know anything about it until I saw what was going on with some of these like vases and bowls and stuff. And I'm like, how in the world did they make those beautiful designs? So anyway, this right here is the sled. See, it has the 2 sleds, and you have the knobs. You can move them back and forth. I'm not going to move it right now because I have it set. This right here is the miter gauge, and you can loosen this up. Now, I don't know everything, okay? I'm still learning myself. Okay, I'm still learning stuff. But anyway, you can loosen this up and move it to make segments that are longer or shorter, okay? This right here is sacrificial. In other words, each time you use a different wedgie, and this is a wedgie. Whoop! Got a piece of wood in there I wasn't supposed to have. Okay, this is a wedgie. This wedgie here will make 20 segments. It has 20 on there. And what I had to do is put this in here. Away from the blade. And I had to fit this in here until it fits snug on each end of the sleds. Okay, each end of these. Once it's tight and snug on each end, I tighten it down. And this right here, I don't know what the name of it is at the moment, and I deeply apologize. I'd have to have my little booklet. See, I'm learning. It has to be lined up with this sled right here. Has to be lined up on the inside right here. And then you tighten, then you have to cut it off right here on the end, just a little bit, just enough to make it where it's supposed to be even, okay? Once it's even, now you can adjust it to the size of segment that you want. Say you want 1/2 inch, you want 1 inch, but you have to set it to 0 first time when you do cut it off, okay? I forgot to tell you that. Okay, so there's a lot to this, but it's not as hard as it seems. It seems complicated, and it looked complicated to me, and I had a hard time, to be honest with you, when I first got it. But, you know, where there's a will, there's a way, right? If you're willing and you really want to learn something, you'll do it. You will do it. And so I'm learning stuff. I'm a beginner. I'm a very beginner, okay? So anyway, I can leave this, I can put this to the side. Now I have another wedgie that has 36. So what I'd have to do is put it in here and move this. I'd have to loosen these up accordingly and, you know, tighten it down where it fits snug in there, and then do the adjustments accordingly. This right here, each time I change the number of segments with a wedgie, I have to cut this off. So this is sacrificial. In other words, you have to cut it off each time you change the number of wedgies it takes to make a full circle. for a bowl or whatever you're going to make. This can be replaced, and this will be replaced eventually. So anyway, I've just been using the 20 for now, and I'm going to make 20 segments. And I already have made 20 when I made that ring earlier with the cedar wood and the poplar, or however you pronounce that, poplar. It doesn't have a U in the name, so it'd be poplar. Woohoo! Okay, so anyway, my thinking is each time I move it back, it's gonna make a wedgie just a little bit wider, so it'd make a little bit bigger ring. So if you want to make a vase or something that's gonna get wider, you know, then you would move this back a little bit, because I have what's called closed wedgies. In other words, when it forms a circle, it's supposed to be closed all the way. It's not supposed to have a hole in it. Most people will get wedgies that are open, segmenting. So all they need to do is just make circles, and it's open in the center, and they just lay them in layers as they make each layer, and they build up on their vase or their cup or bowl or plate or whatever they're making, and then they just go accordingly to that, to make it a little bit wider each ring, and then glue them together to form their well, it's not going to be a block, but to form their piece to wood turn. So for me, I decided to get closed segments. So if I do a ferro rod handle or something, it's closed, and I don't have to worry about having a hole in the center, right? So yes, it will waste a little bit of wood, but at least I don't have to worry about a hole. I don't want a hole all the way through my ferro rod handle. Okay, so anyway, that's what's going on with this, and that's what's going on with me, and that's why I have not been able to do a video this past week, because I'm trying to do this new project and learn new stuff, and it takes time. You know, I'm on a learning scale right now. I'm learning stuff, and everybody has their learning curve. I don't know why I said scale. Curve. I'm on a learning curve, okay? Everybody's different. Everybody learns at different rates, different times. Some people learn faster than others. That's fine. This all requires more math, and I'm not good at math. I'm good in art. So, you know, one thing I want to really make are triangles to go around the piece, and I have not been able to figure that out. Now, I might be able to figure it out with what I'm doing currently, but I'm not going to make triangles per se. I'm going to make a design with it. Anyway, that's where I'm at, and we're going to make some rings, and then I hope you can join me, and I hope you stay with me, and we'll learn how to do some of this stuff. All right. Woohoo! I'm excited. Woohoo! Okay, they do have different kinds of sleds. I had to watch videos, many videos, and there's a lot that I still don't understand. But this one too has two sleds, so it's much easier than the one that has a single sled. So I don't have to flip it like this. All I have to do is, once I've cut it here, you'll see in a minute, then all I have to do is just bring it over here and do it this side. So I'm going to go to it so y'all can watch me when I'm doing this. There are many videos out there where people have done this, so You know, I'm just learning from them. Like I said before, I use a wedgie that takes 20 segments to make a ring. 20. So here we go. I'm going to put this right here. So I'm going to make 10 of this color, and then I'm going to make 10 of the walnut. So I'm going to alternate white, light, dark, light and dark, light and dark wood. The first cut, I'm just cutting off the end to get it ready. So I don't need to remove that much wood. Okay, I got them all cut. I had to cut that board a little bit because it wasn't fitting properly. So I want to show you. Okay, I'm going to alternate the colors. Now, it might be a little bit taller on some of them at the last cut because I had to cut the board down just a tad. That's okay, okay. So take 20 of them to form a circle. It's supposed to be enclosed. Now, it's not always enclosed because the first one I did is not enclosed because the pieces are not even, because I used the cedar wood, and the cedar wood I didn't cut square. Okay, these are pie slices. Okay, you like pie? We're a pie family. I love pie. I can make some beautiful pies. I can make some yummy pies. You ever had chess pie? Chess pie is so good. Oh my goodness, it's so rich. You talking about good tasting pie? Man, I'll spoil you rotten. My mom was a good cook. I learned my cooking from my mom. She was a very good mother. Alright, now I made an extra one, so, okay, so, there we go. Like I said, in see, and that's so cool. Now, that's in the center, so it wouldn't show up on the edge. The edge will look like that. So I don't care for that too much. So now if you're doing a bowl or a plate, it'll look beautiful. But I have to bring things to the edge. So anyway, this is going to be segmented. And we got to get the segmenting going to make this cup or a bowl. I don't think it's going to be a bowl. I don't want to make a bowl. I'll make a vase or a cup. Or something along that lines. Or even a goblet. Whoop, that's the extra one. Okay. So this one's a little bit bigger than the one I have inside. Alright. So we're going to make another ring, and it'll be a little bit bigger than that because I'm going to pull this back just a little bit more. It'll make them a little bit longer. See? It'll make a little bit longer. It's the same number of segments, but a little bit longer. Okay, excuse the noise in the background. I'm doing my laundry. Sorry about that. Okay, so we cut these different colors. And also, I didn't film this, but I cut 20 of them the same color with the walnut. This one's not one of them. This one I messed up on. So these... One thing that I do before I am going to put these together is I sand them. I'll use some sandpaper and sand them a little bit to get rid of the little hairy pieces of stuff. Okay? So I know that's maybe, it's a little meticulous, but I like to do that. Make sure that they fit pretty well. So I'll take some sandpaper and I'll just, this one's kind of, just lightly sand it a little bit. That's all. Nothing major. Nothing major at all. Just sand the hairies off of it. That's all. Now, they're not perfect on the end. When they cut, sometimes they just break off a little bit or something. I don't know. Okay, I'll try to be as brief as I can. I deeply apologize for the noise in the background. My neighbor's getting her yard cut and all that. Anyway, we're gonna cut. It's about a 1/8 inch pieces. We're gonna cut this in 1/8 inch pieces so that we can rearrange this design and make it the design we want to make. I hope. We're gonna try. I don't know that it's gonna fit in there, and it's not. So I just ran into another problem. Okay. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, let's try this again. I started to take this, not this one, but this one off this sled here, but anyway, it looks like it's kind of bolted on there, locked in there, and I decided I didn't want to mess it up. I didn't want to mess with it, so I left it alone. And I just decided to measure from the center. Let me point this down a little bit. Measure from the center line out and cut off the ends on each side on each of these pieces. I made 4 of these. So I figured we'll just do that so I can fit them between here. I'm trying to adjust best I can with everything to be able to get the cuts that they're doing. So anyway, we have to make about an 1/8 inch cuts, slices all the way down on this, okay? So here we go. We're going to try to do this and see if we can get it done. Here we go. Okay, I have this one cut up best I could. I couldn't cut it all the way down to the bottom because it was too thin, and I don't want to cut my fingers off. Okay, and in order to use that blade, I think I said it earlier in the video, I don't remember. When I'm editing, I'll find out. That I had to take the rifling knife off in order to use that fine blade. So anyway, it is what it is. We're just going to do this. So let me point this down. Okay, so we got them cut in slices. Whoops, no, you can't go anywhere. So we have to make a pattern. Now the pencil mark needs to be the pencil mark on facing on all of them, and it's not doing that yet. These 4 need to be turned over there, like that, and these need to be turned over. So now they're all facing the correct way. See, that's another reason why I have a mark and center, and then I can center everything. See, okay, so you see there's a little bit of a funny pattern emerging there, but I'm not going to do that. We'll do some kind of funny pattern. Okay, y'all. Oh, I got a mask on. Let me take this mask down. Ugh. Woo-wee. I can breathe again. Phew. So, what do you think about that design? Pretty good? Now, I have that center line that I drew down the center of the triangle so that I line it up according to the line, not the outside of the wood. So I'll have to line them up when I glue these strips all together. Then I will do the other ones like this. You like that one? You like that design? I think that's pretty cool. It's cool stuff out there to do. Fun stuff. Now I started to cut on this, so it cut a little slice off, kind of sideways a little bit. That's when I stopped. So what I did is I just glued it back on so I can glue this piece back on here. Alright, so we're going to get it going, okay? I'll be back, and now I'm just going to glue it together. I'm going to line that line up. Okay, I thought I had my video camera on like I normally do sometimes. So I got 2 of them cut up. I'm fixing to cut my 3rd one, then the 4th one, because I did 4 of these. And then we'll glue them all together. Come on. I got a cat who wants to come in. I'm trying to do some stuff here. Okay. We're going to glue the first one together. Woohoo! How fun is that? Isn't that beautiful? I think that's a cool shape. And then you can take them and rearrange them and make other shapes if you want to. That's just a shape I just decided I wanted to go with, you know? So I had to make sure they're all going the same direction. They're all on this pencil line. And then some of them are a little chipped on this side where the pencil line is. I can always flip them over after I've glued them together. So we're going to start with this piece. And we're going to butter them up. Butter. Don't you love butter? I do. I love butter. And it is always best to put too much glue than not enough, okay? So if it looks like I'm really getting liberal with this, I am. Okay, I got to make sure the pencil marks line up. Okay, my camera froze up and I had to restart it. Sorry about that. Okay, I don't know where I am, so I'm going to start over. Okay, I put these together. I made some blanks, so I have enough room. When I cut it on the miter saw, because I can't cut it on the wedgie sled because it will not tilt with the table in the way with the wedgie sled that I got. Now you can get other wedgie sled setups and they work just fine. There's not a sled on the other side where the stop block is, and they just have a little section for the stop block, which makes more sense really. But I didn't know this at the time when I purchased this. I'm not putting anything down. This is a beautiful sled, okay? I'm just saying I can't tilt the blade unless there's something they can, maybe there's something I don't know. I might be ignorant. So anyway, I digress. I'm getting these glued together to make a long bar. And then I'm going to cut these I'll have to measure line on each side from the center and cut these accordingly to make sure that when I do the segments that they go around, okay? The whatever I choose to turn, a cup or a vase or something. Anyway, I went ahead and evened them out some, and they kind of broke off a little bit because they didn't completely dry in a couple areas. And but that's okay. That doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and cut some segments. I messed up. First of all, I messed up on one of the segments I cut. I cut it with the miter saw. I had to, because in order to angle it, I have to use miter saw. And I've said that probably 3 times, so I'm sorry about that. But anyway, I messed up. And something told me I was going to mess up. So I have these all upright until you get over here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I got one upside down. Well, I'm still going to turn it. I'm going to put it together and I'm going to turn it into a vase or something. I just knew I was going to do that. But anyway, one of the segments I cut down a little more, and when I did, I messed it up. So I couldn't put it together perfectly. So I had to really put some glue on there. I put some of that Loctite glue on there at that point. But I got the right idea. I'm learning. So that's the important thing. I'm learning. I got the right idea, and I know how to form this, and I know what to do in order to make some spikes and triangles and stuff. So I'm learning stuff, and I'm really excited about it. So anyway, I'm gonna have to smooth out the bottom so I can cap it on, and you know, put other pieces on together like these. And I forgot to also put the white strip and dark strip of the walnut on there, and I forgot to do that. But anyway, what I'll do is I'll put this here, and I don't know how I'll do it, but we'll get it going. We'll get it going. That's right. I'll put a light strip, and I'll put some more stuff on there. I'm going to build it up some. I'll do some more segments. And we'll get it going. And, well, one of them's upside down. What can I say? That's so funny. And another thing, you know, I didn't make enough of those, so I have some blank spots, 2 of them. So it's just not... It's off, but that's okay. You know, I'm learning, and we're going to turn this and see how it looks. All right, and I'll be back later when I get things going.
I dove into the deep end, but we break up every weekend. Was it gonna be like that? Oh, I just wanted you so bad. Playing with my mind, was that your intention? Cause I'm missing you.